Nero dropping in hot with the new Mastercraft. Go ahead, let's check out what the inspect looks like here in Warzone. Ooh, oh, look at the blue glow on this. Guys, it is finally here. This is probably going to be the best Mastercraft here in Vanguard. This being the Ultimate Pack Hellhounds Mastercraft Tracer Pack Bundle. Unleash the Underworld with this Mastercraft. Comes with 5,000 COD points, a Mastercraft blueprint with an inspection, 3 blueprints with Cobalt tracers, and 2 blueprints with some sort of green tracer. Can't pronounce that. Starting off with the main attraction here, we got the Mastercraft weapon. This is not a heroic. You're going to be able to put Atomic on this, Pack-a-Punch Camos, Dark Aether. As always, we're going to be testing out in Zombies. We're going to be testing out in Warzone, and we're going to be testing out MP, checking the inspections, what all the camos look like on that. Hopefully it works well in Warzone. Then dude, look, there's like 30 items in this bundle. Holy crap. Then we've got this Anna skin right here, which is kind of unique, kind of cool. It stands out a little bit. We got another blueprint here with blue cracks on it. Honestly, if these glow, this could look really cool with camos and stuff. It really just comes down to if the blue cracks glow. Then we got a 1911 that's almost like an obsidian with the same blue cracks. Like, that's probably going to look pretty good as long as it glows once we get in game. Another blueprint. This one's not as impressive to me. Doesn't really have any glowing, kind of basic, doesn't stand out too much. Then we've got a really weird looking shotgun. Okay, we'll test that out. That's very weird. The rest of the stuff is not as cool, so we'll go over it really quickly. We got a 3-headed dog charm, which is pretty freaking cool. Then we have, dude, I keep losing track. Then we've got this finishing move, or this is a highlight. Okay, hits the ground and then runs and got a little stabby action. Yeah, kind of basic, not super impressive there. Then we got a calling card, pretty basic. We got an emblem, probably not going to use that. Ooh, we got a sticker with the 3-headed dog. We got the Hounds of Hell calling card. That's a cool calling card. This thing's got 2 calling cards in it. It's got a spray. It's got an emblem. It's got another sticker. It's got a skeleton key charm. That's 2 charms in this bundle. That's the first time I think we've seen that. It's got this ADS sight, which is very unique, a little distracting. And then it comes with 5,000 COD points. And it does cost $40. So you get all of these items for $40, this Mastercraft, but you do get 500 COD points back, so you could use that to buy 2 other bundles. So overall, I think it's a pretty good deal, but we got to go ahead and test all this out. Here's what the Anna operator looks like in the menu, and it definitely looks a lot different than all the other operators I currently own. Yeah, so the Mastercraft might look a tiny bit inappropriate. I'm not going to spell it out for you, but when I hopped in game for the first time, I did chuckle a little bit. Maybe that's just me. Let's go ahead, test out the tracer fire on this weapon, and it looks pretty sick. Oh, wait, there's a flame effect that stays after you're done. Okay, some hot dogs there. Let's go ahead, see if it has a dismemberment effect. It didn't say it did. No, it doesn't seem to have one. The tracers are pretty sick. I don't think they're the coolest thing we've ever seen. They're almost like a blue mythical tracer effect. It's got kind of a light on the scope as well. I want to test it out, see what it looks like without the scope. But I guess let's go ahead, test out what the inspect looks like here in Vanguard. Okay, it glows blue. Oh, and then you pet it. Oh, who's a good doggy? Who's a good doggy? I like this. It's not the coolest inspect ever, but it's definitely better than a lot of the stuff we have in Vanguard. Being able to pet the dogs on the front of your weapon. And the charm, bro. The charm has glowing red eyes. Look at that. The 3-headed dog, the eyes on it freaking glow. That is pretty sick. You know, I don't hate the iron sights, but at the same time, there's just something a little off-putting about them. I know they're really close to the normal iron sights on this gun, but then you've got kind of the heads getting in the way. Okay, well, the muzzle flash is definitely a lot more noticeable once you take off the red dot sight. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and get enough points to Pack-a-Punch this weapon. As always, everything in this video is going to be timestamped below. So if there's anything you want to know, we're going to test everything you could possibly want to know about this bundle in the timestamps below. So make sure you check out the specific areas you're looking for. And on top of that, if you're new here and want to sub, I would greatly appreciate it. We review every Mastercraft bundle like this in full detail. Don't go down, please, please, please. And on top of that, if you want to leave a like or comment, I greatly appreciate it because that helps on my channel a ton. Nero, Pack-a-Punch time. Let's go, baby. Let's see how the Pack-a-Punch. Ooh, whoa. Okay. It almost turned it completely silver. So safe to say, this weapon's got a really good camo mask. I cannot wait to see what the mastery camos look like on this. But for Pack-a-Punch camo, it does. It looks pretty freaking sick. I love that inspect looking at this camo as well. And now really quickly to finish off our zombies testing, let's go ahead, see the inspect on a darker map so it's a little bit more noticeable, and then the tracers on a darker map as well. Once again, you can see them a little bit better here. Let's see what this bad boy looks like when you start taking off attachments. As you guys know, some of these weapons, when you take off attachments, it ruins the gun. So if you take off all the attachments on this, if you don't like the attachments that it comes with, this is what it looks like. By far The most important attachment you want to keep on is the Inferno or whatever, this barrel right here. This barrel gets rid of the dog head. So if you get rid of the barrel, that's what's going to happen with your blueprint. Now let's really quickly test out what the camos look like on the side variants, because we're not going to load all these into game. So with the gold, it looks like you can kind of still see. No, unfortunately for the M1911, once you put on camos, it kind of covers up all the blue cracks, which is a little bit unfortunate. And how about for the bar? If we start putting mastery camos on the bar, no, unfortunately it covers up all the blue as well. We're not going to load in with all these weapons and test out all the mastery camos, because it'd make this video like an hour or so long, and we just kind of get the gist for it. For the shotgun, you know, the shotgun's not the worst. You can still see the engraving. This is just kind of a weird looking shotgun to begin with. And then finally, we have the one that's probably going to get completely covered up, the NVT, real quick. If we start putting camos on this, you can see a little bit on the magazine, but if you're buying this bundle, everything in it's kind of meh, except for the Mastercraft itself. And boom, now we've got the Doggy Mastercraft here in a brighter map to check it out with the mastery camo. So the tracer effect still works on a brighter map. The inspect, once again, still very bright and vibrant. We also got the M1911s, and these are akimbo. Unfortunately, they don't really seem to glow. If they do have glow on it, it's so slight you can barely see it, and you unfortunately can't inspect them. So that isn't very helpful with that. But let's go ahead and start testing out all the mastery camos. Okay, I actually really like the gold on it. The gold doesn't cover that much of the weapon. It just got a little bit of accents on it, but you know, it kind of looked pretty clean. I actually like the gold quite a bit. Then we've got the bar, and once again, can't inspect it. It's got the blue cracks as well, but unfortunately, they don't light up, and when you put camos on it, all of that disappears, so it doesn't matter a ton anyway. The diamond camo is okay, I guess. You really don't see a ton on the diamond. The diamond in this game is pretty lackluster to begin with. Here's the NZ variant, and these actually have a different tracer on them than the other blueprints. Both the 1911 and the bar had the same tracers. These ones have a green effect, and yeah, it's green, but it's also like a green mist, which is kind of cool. Atomic looks a little bit weird. You don't see a whole lot of the yellow on it, making it stand out a little bit more than normal, but I mean, it's Atomic. You can't go too wrong with it. Then we've got the final variant, the shotgun, which probably looks the best because it's got engravings on it when you put camos, and it's also got the green tracer effect. And now moving on to the zombies camo, we've got the golden viper camo. It looks all right, but I think I prefer the gold, which is weird. I normally prefer the golden viper, but with this specific weapon, I'm going to give it to the MP gold. Here's the plague diamond camo, which actually kind of works. I like this a lot better than the normal diamond on this weapon, but I think I still prefer the default gold better than this. Now last and probably least, we've got the dark Aether camo from zombies, and I mean, it looks exactly like you'd expect it to. I'm not a huge fan of this camo on most weapons, and this really isn't an exception, not the fan. I think my favorite one out of all the camos would have to be the MP gold. The plague diamond was a close second. That right there was everything you could possibly want to know about this bundle here in Vanguard. Now it's time to move in Warzone, and hopefully the inspect looks just as good. Here's how the new Ana operator skin looks like in Warzone. With that, let's go ahead and test out the mastery camos on the new Mastercraft. Unfortunately, as you can see, I cannot equip the camos. Ever since Atomic launched in Warzone, about half my weapons are bugged out, so unfortunately there is no way for me to load in game, and there's no fix for this. Eventually I think they are going to fix it, but it has now been almost 4 months and half of my weapon camos are unlocked. You guys know we have Atomic unlocked because we were just showing it, but dude, look, the teeth turn gold. That is sick. It's a shame that we can't do it. And also the zombie camos have not been added into Warzone yet, so we can't test out any of the zombie camos either. And as for the other blueprints in the bundle, yes, when you put camos on these as well, they pretty much cover it up. I've tested them all, so if you're putting camos on any of the blueprints besides the Mastercraft, you're gonna see a couple cracks, but that's really all you're gonna get out of these. Dropping in hot with the new Mastercraft. Go ahead, let's check out what the inspect looks like here in Warzone. Okay, it appears to work perfectly fine here in Warzone. With most of the time, it doesn't. Ooh, and usually the muzzle effect doesn't work near as well in Warzone, but it looks like the tracer and the muzzle effect, it doesn't stay as long on the wall, but that muzzle effect, that giant blue muzzle effect, still affected here. Go ahead, check out the bar variant, and yes, now we can inspect it in Warzone. I mean, it's a good looking variant. Unfortunately, if you put camos on it though, it pretty much ruins it. But for a normal bar variant, like if you don't got camos on it, rocking this is not a bad looking blueprint. One important thing to know, it appears that the charms do not work in Vanguard. This should have the 3-headed dog charm on it, and I've tried it on other weapons. It doesn't seem to load in at all here in Warzone. Worked perfectly fine in Vanguard, but if you are buying this bundle to use the charms here in Warzone, just keep in mind that it doesn't work, and maybe it'll get updated, but updates like that can sometimes take months, and Modern Warfare might be out by the time these charms end up working here in Warzone. All right, coming in hot with the green tracer fire. Ooh, now that we can inspect this weapon, we can see it a little bit better. Once again, once you put camos on it, it kind of ruins it. Check out the green tracer fire here in Warzone. Yeah, this one's a lot less impressive. And then we've got, oh, please don't kill me, bro. I'm trying to do, I really like the way this M1911 looks. I wish it glowed, and I wish camos looked a little bit better on it when, you know, you could see kind of the blue cracks with it. But the blue tracer fires in this bundle are sick. The tracers that come off of it in the muzzle effect are super noticeable compared to the green tracers, because here's the green. And I mean, the green are cool, but the blue is definitely the win. Oh, out of the bundle. One other thing, if we let this guy kill me, I think this skin's going to make you a lot more noticeable. Maybe not, bro. Actually, this guy doesn't, bro. I want to see myself in the kill cam. Shoot me. Look at how big your head stands out with this bundle. I noticed this with the first kill cam. Look at this. It might give away your position in Warzone a little bit more. That is a giant helmet. And if you're playing Warzone, you really don't want people to see your head. You don't want them to shoot at your head. So having that giant metallic helmet on might give you a tad bit of a disadvantage. Now, overall for the review, I actually really like this bundle. I think it's got a pretty good value position because you're paying, yes, $40 for it, but you're getting 5,000 COD points in return, meaning you can buy this bundle for $40 and then you can use those COD points to buy 2 other separate bundles. And since it's Warzone, you can buy, you know, a Modern Warfare bundle with that, or you can buy a Cold War bundle with that. So it's really buying this one for 40 and then you get the COD points to buy 2 other bundles. As for the Mastercraft itself, it's pretty good. For a Vanguard Mastercraft, I really like this. I like the way camos look on it, the whole 9 yards. I don't know if it's necessarily the best Mastercraft. I originally thought it would have been. The Inspect is cool, but it's already gotten kind of old. I think the best Mastercraft for Vanguard right now is probably still the STG that came out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to give it to any of the heroics because you can't put camos on them, but this one's pretty solid. This is definitely a top 3 Mastercraft here in Vanguard. And yeah, so that's going to be my review. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10 is a pretty solid score here. Let me know what your guys' opinions on it. Are you going to get this bundle? What would you rate it if you had to? Do you think it's the best Vanguard Mastercraft? And if you do buy it, what other 2 bundles are you going to get with those additional 5,000 COD points you get? Thank you guys so much for watching. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if you want to see any more in-depth bundle reviews, we got a playlist. We break them down all the way through and timestamp. That way you can get all the information you need to know before you buy the bundle. And any sort of Mastercraft or Ultra Skin, we're going to do the same exact thing for. But yeah, that's going to be the other one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I want to give a massive thanks to those who became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who taken above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus Plus member here on YouTube. We got the GOAT Positive Expert, the most OP Gobblegum ever, Round Robin, the 2X Trader Purple, the absolute legend Nick G, the massive Chad Noah, and the craziest story arc ever, Scar.